Hello, crypto friends. Hope you're doing well. We're going to check in on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, BCH, BCH, ABC. Hope you're all well. Heading into the holidays, wrapping up the week with the market continuing to fall off a cliff, and that is the S&P 500 that is falling off the cliff. And it's almost surreal to be walking around outside in public and for people to not really realize that, the market cap of the S&P 500 just shed a couple $1 trillion, and everybody's retirement funds are significantly affected over the last 3 months of trading, but not really seeing panic yet in terms of the retail investor and average Joe and Jane, but certainly it is on the news these days, and we're going to continue monitoring it. And this is the SPY monthly time frame, taking a longer term look. This is the bounce from the end of the 2008 collapse. This is the 10-year bull run that we saw, and here's the last 3 months. And if you give this chart to anybody who's been trading crypto and knows what the crypto weekly chart looks like, a shudder goes through their spine as they look at the potential of, how much downside could we see? Lower highs and lower lows for 2 years. Who knows how much we're going to pull back, but we are all out dumping. That's the daily time frame of the S&P 500. 280, 2 weeks later here, we're down at 240, and obviously tons of volume behind the dump and no sign of a bottom at this point. So again, want to be aware of what's going on in the broader market and looking at the dollar is just fine. So I have to keep an eye on the dollar. The weekly time frame, bull's still in full control. If we start to pull back, it will be notable. If we lose the exponential support, it will be notable, but that's not happening at this point in time. So I am all cash. I have exited my Bitcoin position. I used the hourly setup that we had. If you caught my tone in the video yesterday, I was expecting the consolidation to begin, and I thought the top was pretty much in. And at that point on the hourly time frame, overnight, we set a really nice equilibrium with our high, low, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low. And this morning we saw a bull break of this equilibrium. And instantly we pulled back and saw an upper wick. And as soon as that happened, I went in the chat room and posted, that's a red flag for the bulls. We want to see continuation when we break resistance. And that was a bull break with instant profit taking and a lack of follow through. And the bull volume on the hourly time frame that I pointed out in the video yesterday was also standing out to me, a lack of bull volume on any of this consolidation. So the red flag was given at that point. When I saw that red flag, I moved my stop loss up to below the hourly consolidation and I stopped out. So I'm now back to all cash. We have lower highs and lower lows following through. We have the first bearish cross of the 12 and 26 period EMAs on this hourly time frame, which occurred a couple hours ago. That's the first time that's happened on this entire bull move. So that's a little bit of a red flag. The 4-hour exponential support has been lost, the 12 period, for the first time on this bull move. So again, whenever you're looking through observations and you're making note and saying, this is the first time this has happened since XYZ, this is also the first time this has happened, that's notable, like it was on the way up. This is the first time we've had a bull cross of the 4-hour exponential moving averages since the pullback from 40, whatever, 100. So make note of observations, and that can help you piece together the clues of what's occurring. So we now have lost the 4-hour uptrend. We're looking at daily consolidation. At this point, it's just a daily inside bar. If this daily inside bar breaks bearish, we're looking for a further pullback. We'll look for a higher low to form. Just visually speaking, I would say if the bulls can hold 3,500, that's their goal. And if they pull back any more than that, that would be a bit of a red flag. That would be a little bit more than the bulls would like to see give back. And the less we give back, the better for the bulls. I do believe that bulls are going to be buying the dip. I do believe that a lot of people were watching this bounce take place and saying, man, I want in on crypto. We just bounced this much and the bulls are back and we're seeing this action that we haven't seen in so long. So I do believe that bulls will be there to buy this dip. Just keep in mind that we can absolutely see a weekly lower high form anywhere under 6,500 and then drop down to lower lows. There is no indication at this point that the crypto bottom has been hit. Could it have been hit? Absolutely. But I am not seeing anything that would have me confidently saying that the bottom is in. We haven't even confirmed the daily uptrend, or the daily change in trend, that is. So if we form the higher low on the daily and then see continuation and break the top of 41.75, that will increase the odds that the bottom has been set. But again, that's if that happens. So still a long way to go for the bulls, but better than nothing. They'll take it over the last 5 days, and now we'll see what consolidation looks like. Keeping in mind that that's a pretty decent amount of bear volume today. Some of it was bull volume, but a pretty solid chunk of bear volume. A red flag for the bulls would be if we see increasing bear volume and a bear break of the inside bar to the downside tomorrow. Ethereum on the daily chart did get some continuation with a brief higher high, but it started to pull back as well. The 4-hour time frame, again, 12-period exponential has been broken. we're likely to bounce and set a 4-hour lower high. Let's look at Bitcoin as well. Wouldn't be surprised overnight to see a bounce and a 4-hour lower high set here. We'll be watching to see if the exponential moving averages give us the bear cross on the 4-hour time frame. And here on the hourly, it crossed for Ethereum as well. Clear bear break on Ethereum. Again, it had a bull break as well, but a fake out. And the fake out was the upper wicks. When you see upper wicks after a clear break occurs, and the break was 115.80, upper wick, and then gave it back, right here breaking this level was the red flag being confirmed essentially. So you can get the red flag from the upper wicks, and then losing support after that clearly lets us know that the bulls did not get the follow through. 113.53 or 112.47 was the clear bear signal. If anyone went bearish on those signals, they're now up about 4% plus. So a nice indication for bulls to exit long and for bears to enter positions using the recent highs as their stop levels. It's a potential bear flag on the hourly right now. And just comparing it to Bitcoin, Bitcoin's a potential bear flag on the hourly right now. And we're back to watching our good friends, the exponential resistances, as resistance. So on any bounce attempt, if we can't get over the hourly exponential resistance on these names, the bears keep full control. Litecoin on the daily time frame, inside bar as well. Everything's going to be pretty much the same. 4-hour exponential support being lost, higher lows being lost. Hourly time frame, clear bear break occurred early. And that's a potential early indication that we can look at where the bear break to a lower low occurred at midnight, midnight Eastern, that is. And if we look at Bitcoin at midnight Eastern, that was just the higher low. So Litecoin did give a bit of an early heads up. The bulls showed up and followed through a little bit, just set a lower high, and then fell back down with significant pullback. When we lost the hourly higher low pattern again, here a break of 30.89, and we fell all the way back down to 29.62. So potential hourly bear flag here as well, hourly exponential resistance. Everything that I've said for Bitcoin applies to Ethereum and Litecoin right now, as those charts are so similar. So again, we're looking for higher lows on the daily for all of these names, but it might take a couple days of consolidation to get there. XRP USD, multiple tops here, and we have a longer term tightening range. So we had the high on the 4-hour, the low of consolidation, lower high, higher low, just broke, another lower high. So the 4-hour equilibrium. So we had an hourly equilibrium on Bitcoin and a 4-hour equilibrium on Ripple that broke bearish here at 365. And we're watching to see how much follow through. 353 is a key support. If that level breaks, it will be significant for the bears in the short term. And we'll zoom out to the daily and then look for healthy daily consolidation to form this higher low. Anything above 285 will do so. So again, all of these names have a decent amount of space to work with. And as long as we don't see daily increasing bear volume, it's going to be healthy consolidation looking for that higher low. Bulls would love to see just another day of pullback and then for the bulls to show up on Sunday. That would be ideal scenario. BCH, so we just had Bitfinex open up the ability to short Bitcoin cashes here. And that was a great opportunity. The faster you run up, the less support you build, and the faster you're going to pull back. So we know that the volatility is here in these names, both to the upside and the downside. Double top scenario where we had resistance of 129.10, higher low on the hourly. Bulls tried to see continuation, rejected by about 43 cents. And that was a beautiful top fishing play with limited risk. If you entered anywhere, within $1 of 129.10, you're risking less than 1%. Anywhere between $1 and 30 cents, you're risking 1%. And the follow through at this point has been about 20+% on this pullback. Bounce attempt rejected from hourly exponential resistance, testing it again and rejecting. Support is down at 101.99 and 95.64 as a couple support levels. So we're just looking for 4-hour lower highs on any bounce attempt. I wouldn't be surprised for a 4-hour lower high to form as we have pulled back significantly. Like I said, 25% or so. So we'll look for a bounce and a 4-hour lower high, and you better believe that the bears are going to be watching for a potential entry on a 4-hour lower high if they have already missed their opportunity on the initial pullback. BCH ABC, big bearish reversal candlestick on the daily as well. 4-hour time frame. Again, just looking for a higher low here. The 4-hour chart hasn't consolidated in so long, but it's the bears looking for the lower high for their entry, playing off the resistance levels, using those as stops. So the hourly time frame here, uptrend was lost down at 185.70, and we're bouncing around this level right now. Less of a pullback. Just look at the exponential moving averages, about to bear cross, and we're battling those levels. But you look at BCH SV, and we dropped well below those levels and clearly rejecting from them. So a little bit of different positioning. I would say that BCH ABC is holding up slightly better and just comparing the 4-hour time frame to confirm that statement. And I would say that is the case, holding up a little bit better, but we'll see if we get those 4-hour lower highs on any bounce attempt. So bottom line is bears have control. Again, I have no interest in looking bullish at this point. What I will be looking for a daily higher low to be established is for an hourly or a 4-hour change in trend. When I'm trading stocks, I look for the hourly trend to change to give those signals. Whether it's a daily higher low or a daily lower high, I look for the hourly trend change. Because crypto trades 24 hours a day, I use the 4-hour time frame because there's 6 of those candlesticks in a daily trading period, whereas on the hourly chart for the stock market, we're looking at about 6 or 7 candlesticks on the hourly time frame that makes up a day. So in terms of how many candlesticks makes up a day on the shorter term time frame, hourly comparative to the S&P 500 is pretty much the same as the 4-hour compared to crypto. So that's why 4-hour is my guide on crypto and hourly is my guide on the stock market. So we'll continue to watch for the healthy consolidation. S&P 500 certainly getting interested. If you are, well, I'm probably speaking to the wrong crowd. I was going to say, if you are 50 or under, this is an opportunity for long-term investment in the stock market. But I assume that most of you that are watching this are way more interested in crypto than you are in stocks. But, you know, we've been in this crazy run up on the S&P 500, and I have had no interest in building any long-term positions into a blue sky breakout that just hasn't seen any consolidation. But here is our consolidation. Anybody that bought in 2008, anybody that bought in the tech bubble in 2000 has done very, very well. So again, we want to be buying into weakness. This is a falling knife at this point, and it could be a prolonged pullback. It could be a year. It could be 2 years. The tech bubble was, I believe, 1.5 years. 2008 was 2 years. I might be mixing those up. The bottom line is the 2 most significant pullbacks that we've had have lasted 1.5 years and 2 years, and this one is 3 months in. So it could be a bit of a prolonged downtrend, but the bottom line is if you are interested in the stock market and long-term investments and you are not of retirement age, then this is an opportunity. So we'll be continuing to monitor that as well. So here at the end of the video, we've got a bear. This was just 10 minutes ago outside. So fitting for the market, fitting for, I guess, crypto consolidation. And I hope you all have a good rest of your night and a good holiday. And make sure and do good things on the holiday, but make sure and do good things any day. You know, I was talking with someone earlier about, you know, what do you mean you don't care about holidays? Shouldn't you be doing good things? Yeah, absolutely. But you don't need a special day to do good things. That's an everyday kind of thing. So enjoy your family. Don't talk about crypto too much at the dinner table, and we'll see you tomorrow.